What a
Never
shocking...
had one before.
What a shocking morning.
How do you mean?
Outside.
Oh, yes. Shocking weather, depressing news.
It's raining and it's cold, very cold this morning.
I really don't know what the world's coming to. Just by absolute coincidence, too, I've just finished 2 war books. One was called The Day the Century Ended, which is a reasonably old book to do with life in Changi, the Japanese POW camp, and a new book called King Rat, which I've just finished, or am finishing. Got about 12 pages to go, I think. And that's exactly the same. It's a story, different kind of story, about life in Changi. Isn't it funny that I should, without knowing it, pick up 2 books, one an old one that was lent to me, one a new one that's just been sent, and they're both about the same subject. King Rat I enjoyed.
What would you join if you had to go into the services? You've had Air Force training, haven't you?
Yes, but not much. My Air Force training amounted to just digging holes outside officers' huts. And I'm sure I could do that in any service.
I think I'd join the army.
I think I'd join with someone I knew. I'd want to go somewhere.
We could go together.
I don't know. What do you like in a crisis? Oh, no fear. I wouldn't be going with you.
Why not?
Oh, I've seen you in the dressing room on those times you've been perturbed.
What do you mean?
No, I've not been in any foxhole with you, mate.
Why?
Bloke Jones.
Why?
Oh. Bloke's likely to get a bayonet through his comics. Without really knowing why. No,
shocking. Bloke's likely to get a bayonet through his comics.
No.
Oh, we could have some fun.
No, thanks. It'll be
I'm very good in a crisis.
Oh, no, mate. I don't know whether I'd be in it.
I can look after myself.
It's not the same.
We probably do our fun.
Fight, yes or no, fight. All right, but bang.
Fight properly.
No, we mustn't joke, because this is terrible.
It's the only way to...
Well, I don't think there'll be any foxholes or bayonets or anything like that, will there? There'll be just all of a sudden light and then next minute dark, and that's it.
Oh, yes, and ships arriving with...
No, but it would be a nuclear one, wouldn't it, if it comes?
Yes, more than likely we would last longer.
I hope, I hope nothing ever happens, but should a bomb be let off somewhere near me, I hope I'm at Frankston, because according to one of Melbourne's newspapers who printed a destruction chart recently, if the bomb hit the GPO, Frankston people would only get tertiary burns.
Well, that's bad enough, isn't it?
But I'm worried about if you've got to be pretty high up to drop one of these things. Although they wouldn't drop them, would they? Send them over.
Just send them over.
But if it's only a couple of degrees off course, it might land at Mordialloc. In which case I'm terrified.
Yeah. We shouldn't be talking like this because it is frightening, but I think it's the only way to sort of cope, is to gag about it.
That's how Britain got through it. With Winston Churchill. Of course, we mustn't undermine all the good he did, but the people themselves keep their spirit up by joking about it, I think.
Friend of mine.
Oh, there goes the town hall. Oh, look at Mrs. Robinson. Oh, she's gone. That's how they did it.
A friend of mine who lived in London during the war had a German... What was the name of the famous German plane?
The Zepterschmidt.
No, the equivalent to our Spitfire.
Messerschmitt.
Was it?
I think so.
I don't think it was. Doesn't matter anyway.
Leslie Howard invented the Spitfire.
Had one come down near their place, and the next moment there was a knock on the door, and there's a German soldier there, German airman there, and he came in, had a cup of tea, and they gave him things to eat and so forth, and then in broken English he said, "I guess it's time for you to let your authorities know." And I said, "Yes." So out in the street and reported it, and someone came along and took him prisoner, and off he went.
That's the nicest way to do it. I think it's terribly beastly English, isn't it? But
just imagine us trying to entertain Chinese. What would you do?
Rush up the street urgently under that little place and get some chow fu ming. And say, "Quick, gallons of it. I don't want... Keep it coming. I've got some visitors. They've just dropped in.
300 of them.
Would you fill this parachute full of Kai Si Min, please?"
Just imagine sitting here one morning and all of a sudden seeing 300 Chinese marched down those steps. I don't know what I'd do. I think I'd die.
I don't know. I'm sure I wouldn't know. I'd say anyone for... No, I tell you, we could make them a thing of tea. I've got some Chinese tea. 2 packets of it.
We could barricade ourselves here, you know. We'd have a fairly good chance, the 2 of us, of surviving. Because if you lock that big gate,
that's true.
They haven't got too much chance of getting in. Why not go along to one of the
Very clever, those Chinese.
One of the fire out. Why? What would they do?
Oh, they'd form a thing and jump up on each other's shoulders. And when they got to about 5, one would be looking over the fence because they're pretty small. But I think what I'd do is inject myself with jaundice and mingle with them.
I think that the front would be okay for us. More than likely, they could get you in the rear, though.
I reckon with my Lee Hong voice and a rubber band over my temple and a low hat and a light streety, Max Factor number 3, I could mingle quite easily.
If you did mingle and you were completely safe and you saw me taken prisoner, would you?
No.
Would you identify me?
Oh, no, I couldn't have before.
It's great, it's Bert.
Ah, dirty, stinking Australian.
That could be shocking. Oh, well, that could be new. That could be. What could it be? I'll take it. Oh,
who's on the phone?
I don't know.
It might be something.
Hello.
Bert's on the phone.
Yes.
And it sounds serious. This is the only.
I see.
Difficult.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Karen. They haven't got that recording that you wanted, and so we can't play it, unfortunately.
Oh. Well, what'll we play?
What about Swiss Made?
I love you.
Swiss Made.
Swiss Made by Del Shannon. That's very cool. Hey, Bert, that's a new coat.
Do you like it?
I like it very much. Where did you get that?
I got this at Trevor West's.
Trevor West's? But that's a very highly designed one, Bert. What's it called?
I don't know. It's just a...
Are you going to be hysterical, Bert?
No, I've just suddenly thought that it's not exactly the right coat to wear on a day like today, is it?
No, I think that's one of those new lightweight ones.
Yeah, very comfortable, though. Very, very comfortable.
And you've got a nice tie with it. You're perfectly dressed today, Bert.
Thank you. Here's Del Shannon, the Swiss Made.
One time, a long time ago, on a mountain in Switzerland, yo-la-la-la-la, there lived a fair young maiden, lovely but lonely, yo-ho-ho. Day after day, she'd pine her heart away, yo-la-la-la-la, lady, but no love came her way. One day her papa say, someday we'll go down to the village in the valley. There you'll meet a nice young man, you'll ask for